Welcome back to the next installment of the Organic Farm by Lego Friends, and this is set number 41721. So we're going to be doing bags 5, 6, and 7. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff here, and we're still working on the main farm, so I'm going to pick all this up, move it over here. And so far, from the last build, it was very pleasant, very enjoyable, very minimal stickers, not a whole lot. So that's always a plus. And so far we've used this much. They didn't give you a big sticker sheet this time, which is cool. Alright, so this is where we left off the other night. And today we're going to be continuing on, finishing everything up. For this I got like 3 more sets left to do. And I got to get on doing the custom stuff. So that kind of thing. Yeah. So, it's been quiet in my neighborhood except for the loud crackle of fireworks. And despite of them, which is kind of silly, we're not allowed to water our yards or any of that other stuff. But what are they allowing people to do this year? Fireworks. So, and there's people in our community kind of throwing a fit over that, which I don't blame them. And I hate to think I grabbed the wrong bag here. Let's take a look here. I see sand green. I see slopes in this one, but that don't mean anything. There's supposed to be some nougat tiles here. Oh, I see them, or dark orange. So I don't know how they're going to do the fireworks thing this year. Because if we're allowed to still do fireworks, I'm sorry, but I'm going to crank the sprinklers up full blast. I don't want to be homeless because we are allowed to do fireworks, but we're not allowed to use water. You know, some of these places are so backwards. We're one of the backward states. Don't ask me why. Anyways, I've been kind of thinking of that one place up in Northern California. I was talking about this in a few episodes ago, and I remembered what it was called. If you guys and gals are ever in Northern California, I think by Eureka or something. I don't remember the city name. Not Eureka. Maybe it is. There's this place right off the beach called Fern Canyon. And my God, you want to talk about taking a step into Jurassic World. That would be it. I was thinking, like, what is that place called? And no, it was called the Fern Canyon, and basically it's just a heavily vegetated canyon, just full of ferns, water just dripping down off of all the leaves, water running down the side of the canyon walls. It's really just cool in there. It can be like 80 degrees, and then you go in the Fern Canyon, it's like really cool. And really wanting to go back to that. I may have to do that sometime. And there's a couple places you can stay, and I like camping. And there's this campground that we used to stay at called Emerald Forest, I believe. And they got various types of camping for individuals. You can, if you want, you can bring a fifth wheel or a motorhome. It's got full hookups. They got full hookups out there with television and internet. And if you want to camp in a tent, they got tent camping, or they even have cabin camping, so you can just rent out a cabin, which I don't own a travel trailer, so I may have to do that. But you just stay in one of these little cabins, but basically they're just like a little, like a work trailer that's been converted over, and they have like a bathroom and stuff. Been kind of thinking about doing that. I think it'd be pretty interesting to do, and getting over there is a very long drive. So if you're over there, you make sure you have plenty of things to do. Over there, there's so much to do. You know, I know they got wine tasting and stuff though, which I can skip on that. I don't care. But there's like so much places to see. There's hiking. You can surfing. It's not really recommended because it's pretty rocky in some areas. You wouldn't want to do that, but it would just be something to do. But to gather up time to do this stuff is another issue. And I see the stars, so I guess we're done with that. Oh, that doesn't need, that's part of the horse. So I was thinking, what's that place called? And a lot of my backcountry camping stuff, and I'm still gathering up all the parts, is I'm wanting to recreate part of the Fern Canyon experience, but in Lego. I mean, literally, you gotta have tons and tons and tons of foliage. And backcountry camping was a very small build, but I managed to kind of replicate part of that. So, and on the way you'll see farms and stuff. Depends on which way you're traveling. Stuff like this. That's when I was working on this the other night. I was like, what was that place called? And yeah. So, forget the Lego stores. Let's do that instead. So, for those who don't know, yeah, I do like the outdoors. I like camping. Today, for the next couple of days, it's cool. It's in the 70s and 80s. We're all enjoying it because in the latter part of the week, it's going to be 110. So that is not fun. So I'm enjoying the cool weather. I've gotten more of my car restored. So I got that going, and got some of the, I got the horn working on it, which is cool. And just finding all the little bits and pieces to put it together again that have deteriorated and fall off and fallen apart and rotten and all that stuff. Yeah, so this is a very enjoyable build. I have no complaints yet, Lego, and I mean yet. And I just started dusting off part of the campground, the old campground that I did, since I'm going to just take it all apart. And I haven't, with this in my way, I haven't had time. I'm just trying to just blast through these sets. I know that sounds kind of odd for me, but just to get rid of them, it's like giving an artist a paintbrush and telling the artist you need to follow certain guidelines to paint. And it fell on the floor. Alright. Profile brick. And a 2x2 brick. No, I need this. So, yeah. Yeah, but I'm overdue for a cool down, like a vacation cool down. Alrighty. So yeah, I was just thinking about that Fern Canyon place, and just like that would be really cool to go back up in there again. When I was there before, I contacted one of the forestry places and said, hey, I'm interested in filming a scenic video here, like a virtual tour, and I want to know if there's any way that I can get there early or have the park closed down while I film. They asked me who I was. I told them I had a YouTube channel, and sometimes it cracks me up, you know how some places are just hungry for money. They probably thought, oh, he's going to be filming a movie here. I remember I got a quote about $22,000 to close the park for 2 hours. And I'm just like, I'm just doing this stuff for fun. Oh yeah, we got to close it down for tourism. I said, well, can I come there before it opens? Nope, we don't allow that. So you're kind of like, okay, never mind. The guy's like, well, you feel free to just do it. We don't care. And I'm like, with other people around, I don't want to do that because I wanted to just enjoy it and film it and document it. You know, you never know if this stuff's going to be around that long. And they just seemed like they didn't really care, and I just thought, well, I don't care either, I guess. So, kind of figure they weren't, but it doesn't hurt to always ask. Alright, we got a problem here. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, there's an issue here. I got this here. This is here. Oh, okay, I see. It's like, does that hang over? Yes, it does. But I wanted to do some more stuff on the Scenic channel, and that kind of fell through. So I've been trying to find a few people that would like to do the hiking stuff, just to kind of do an exploration of things, and you know, I always get this no, and it's hard when you got not family, you got friends or family who's married and they don't really care to do that kind of stuff. So just kind of coming up with some ideas, and every idea I've been thinking of has been kind of getting kicked to the curb. Of course, they're the same that always says, we don't do anything. Of course we don't, because you choose not to. Alrighty. So that was the mystery place I was trying to think of. I think what jogged my memory, because I had a dream about it or something, and it was kind of cool. And that, my friends, is printed. And we stick that in here. Basically, I think this is supposed to be like a really patched up roof, like a patched up roof job or something. I'll show you here. You really can only see what I'm doing. There we go. Now we can both see together. Yeah. You just can't, you can't please everybody, but sometimes it's like, this would be fun. And so I'm thinking about taking the Scenic channel and turning it into an urban exploration channel. Those are always fun to watch, urban exploration videos. But I still haven't found any place that looks interesting, and then contact the property owner and say, hey, I'm interested. Grant me access, please. first I got to get my car working. Okay, so yep. Yeah, it's late night, by the way. It's the only time I can really get to these right now. Late night, early morning. So I'm just trying to think of some really fun stuff to do before the heat hits. But it doesn't really matter anyways anymore because I've already got a bunch of stuff planned that's not what I want to do, which is work. Even though if I'm the boss and such, I still have to, I don't want to leave people hanging. And then we have this go right here. Kind of an ugly fireplace right there. I mean, it just, you think there'd be something to cover that up, but it's like it's ready to burn down the house. But yeah, haven't had any turds getting blocked. A lot of spammers though. And those are always fun to ban the spammers, especially when they complain about getting blocked and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't have time for you. Even this color makes me sleepy. But so far this is a very peaceful build. This is a very relaxing build. Oh, until I just saw that. There's going to be a sticker put on this. Well, now I've got to find the sticker sheet. So basically it's a book and a blanket. And I cannot get it on there. Yep. Good old stickers. That's good enough for me. It'll get ripped off anyways. So that's what you had to put on there. I could do that Lego without even using stickers. Not that I'm an expert builder, I just refuse to do that. Oh, there's more stickers. Alright, so you put this pillow on here. Although I would have raised it up higher instead of having it tucked in like that. You put that on there. Yeah, I mean, let's just go with the flow. But one thing though I like about being a man of many trades, it just makes things a lot easier when you want to do something. I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I don't like to pay somebody to do it unless I'm absolutely just lost. It's like the air conditioning in my car. When it's tied into the engine more than one place and I have to take part of it, like half of it apart, I'm like, no. That's maybe a little too much for me. Well, that wouldn't be a bad little bed, except look at all the stickers on that. So that's not bad for bag one. Bag one just built, we just built up part of a portion of the roof in the bed. Just so YouTube will index that for me. Alright, let's go ahead and hit up bag number 2. It's starting to dwindle down. We got 3 more stickers. Let's put these over here. Well, at least we got something to do here. Oh, that's the string, so I'm going to have to fish that string in something. Alright. Oh no. We're going to have to put stickers right away on something, and it's going to be on that door. What a waste. Jay, don't you have a lot of doors? Yeah, but not in that color. I have one, I think I have 2 of them in dark blue, so that will get removed. Just to stick that on the bottom and make it look like it's painted. Wow. Let me just print on the door. All of a sudden, it's like the other day, stickers were like, you weren't really even, it'd be hard to use stickers. And now, that's what you're supposed to put on there. I mean, it's pretty, but it's stickered. But that's all I've been doing is stickering it up on this. Little kids love stickers. As adults, we kind of take the hard way out and build the thing a little more. I thought that's a really high step there. Hope we're going to have a safety rail. Another sticker? Really? I need that too. Yay! This the last couple of steps, my goodness. Well, I know this set's got minimal stickers, but it's probably going to get a 7 at best. Or maybe a 6.5 because there's an air bubble in there. And it doesn't show which way it goes, so just put it like that. I don't know which way it goes. It doesn't really show us. See, I just use my imagination and just picture certain things. I don't put stickers on things. I just kind of like, I'll pretend in my mind. That's my visual. That's my imagination candy right there. So, no. You know, they have a 1x3 mold. Why are we using small pieces here? I mean, Lego, what are we doing? Can you just make a 1x3 to throw in there? Now, this set here, you could probably do an alternative build on this. I had the most driest turkey you have ever eaten. I mean, my goodness. I was invited over for a turkey dinner. I'm like, oh cool. It's going to be smoked. Okay. Never had smoked turkey before. This should be different. Well, indeed it was. I mean, the stuffing was like, I may as well just had sawdust, and the turkey was just dry, and parts of it just looked like they weren't cooked. And I thought, well, they invited me over, I'm not going to complain, but I was just shaking my head and thinking, well, I should have just stopped off and got a burger. Food's getting expensive. Why are we wasting it for? I don't know. Now is not the time to try out new recipes. Oh, these are all lining up here. It's really gonna be pretty brittle. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Very drafty, leaky roof. But yeah, it was just so dry and flaky, you know. Boy, that's not going down very well. Wow. It's not squeaky like my Lego, but my Lego, look at that, it just, I'll push this down here and it's doing something funky. Oh, I see. Forgot to finger that in there, huh? Is that why it's being picky? It's still not going down. Yeah, that dry turkey was enough for me. Yeah. It's something new, but I mean, I don't really make a whole lot of the weird stuff. I just make stuff I know how to make. And now with the price of food going up, like skyrocketing, I'm like careful, you know. I'm like, do I really want to experiment with this, waste food? Do I really want to risk that? No. So I'm like, yeah, I won't try anything new because it, you know, I want to use that money for Lego or some other necessities. Not, oh, I wasted $50 worth of food and I have to go buy more for a dinner. You know, so it's like, yeah, pretty dry. Yeah, it was a thought that counts. And then too, there was just tons of flies everywhere. I mean, all over the food, and I just thought I'm not trying to be picky or anything, but I'm surprised I didn't want to eat outside. We're making another one of these slopes here. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this roof style here. This is the different colors. Yes, it's this right here that just, I think it's supposed to look like it's kind of in disrepair, but it's, if you're going to just do the whole roof like that. I've seen guys do it. It's not that difficult. That doesn't go there. There's a hole right there. Well, that's where it shows it in the book right there. So you think there's a hole there. Yeah, there is actually a hole in there. Maybe it's supposed to be the smokestack or something that comes out from the chimney. And, oh, I see. You got to tack this board on the top here. Yeah, it's barely hanging on. There we go. It's a nice roof until we did that. Okay, we got a tile. They have 4s. Why don't we just use all 4s on the top so this 1x8 just randomly sitting there. I even got a kink in my neck too with it from today. Not sure how it happened, but it did. And So if I turn my head a certain way, it kind of just locks up. Oh, I think I know what that plate is for. That's for the solar panel to attach to. Bet that's the next sticker. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Well, at least we'll be done with the stickers, and I still got another bag left. I can use these too. Jay, you can use almost every part in that band. Yeah, I know, right? I have some of these that are printed. Yeah, best 7 out of 10 on this one here. Alright. I think we're done with this. I think we got to build a chimney still. We'll set that off to the side there. The chimney. Yeah, so if you're looking for a really good build to spend time with the young ones, like if you have a daughter who's into Lego, or even a son who likes this theme, there you go. It's not a bad build so far. Just change out, like this is almost cool. Just change out these barn doors here, change the color of those, and it would look really snazzy. It'll look really good. I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't had any pieces missing from different bags yet. Watch, I jinx it now. We're 75% or 80% done with this. So that's the chimney topper. And then we finish off the tile. So they left the roof partially open. I'm assuming this is for play. So that's how it is, you know. They're not going to be finished off like my mocks where the top is removable and such. A lot of people don't want to have that. It's easier to make these like into a dollhouse. I understand that, you know, so. And after that, we roof some more. Does that go there, or do I need something else? Oh yeah, that goes there. Yeah, I've had a few. I think I've already told this story though, but some have said you feel weird talking to the camera. I'm like, well, it feels weird, but then again, what am I doing right now? I'm illustrating a build. Ooh, I don't want you rolling off. I don't want to have to go down there and pick that up. So far, so good. I think we're still working on something here. Okay. And then the roof is not too terribly bad. Not bad at all. It's going to be pretty big, huh? It's going to look pretty good. Let's put that there. Yeah, this either could be a copper top roof or a tin roof. Hard to say what it is. And the plate goes on the top. Why don't we just take a non-sticker tile and set that on there. Alright. Now, I gotta put this thing together. And usually when I do the strings on these things, I usually just take a little bit of wood glue and glue them on. Kind of like crackle, but it's not. Alright. And okay, what they do here, you don't even need to tie this at all. You can just stick this in through the hole here. I'm going to try to copy the picture. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Well, hold on. It's hard to get this string in here. Well, fine. And yes, these will get tangled up pretty easily. Maybe we'll just wet the end a little bit and just feed it through there. Like, I'm not even getting it in there. I had it in there once. Okay. You get it through like that. Then you're going to take this. Okay, well, let's not do that yet. Take this guy here. And let's see. You're going to slip the bevel on where the bevel's facing the stud. And then you're going to shove this through where this string is still here, and that's going to give it some... You don't have to worry about tying that up. Makes it easier for people like myself. Except when it does that right there. There we go. And the other end, of course, you're going to have to tie up. I hate doing the string works. But we're going to have to do it. So I usually would just glue these on. And you could tie this any way you want. There's no instructions here, except this is not my really strong suit here. Now, does this count as part of the build? Not really, because this is just like any ordinary brick. Some people grade on, oh, I have to tie something. Me, it's stickers. That could have been avoided. This is like a little cherry topper here. There you go. And then we're going to have to go like that. Hate to think that that's all you're going to have on there. And then we're going to have to fish this thing on here. So it seems like bag 6 is stickers and string. Because I'm looking at bag 7 over there and I'm like, that's not too terribly bad. It's just, and you can cut that excess string off if you want. I wouldn't, just in case it unravels or unties itself. And it goes on like this. And honestly, they should have put a better type of crank on this, because you really will make your hands rough. And that's it. This is all that we have remaining here. Not too bad. Okay, so bag 7, it looks like we're finishing up a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, not too bad so far. And that's all we have left. Professional sorting trays. Okay. Well, these shutters are kind of ugly. I miss the old ones where they used to have the tabs on the window. They looked good. These are just kind of, well, sloppy. I'm more old school. I think that's just meant to hold those open. Now, we gotta take a frying pan. Oh, I see. So, I think these are lights. Set it there. And one here, unless it's meant for the Christmas lights going on. That's exactly what we're doing next. A very handy string piece. If you want to string up lights on your house, there you go. Okay, I want to have the tubes facing up. The studs are on the table, the tubes are like that. And the reason being is we're going to start manufacturing lights. And you can make them first or you can start on them. So, okay, I see what they're doing. We're not doing the lights yet, so just stick the hollow studs on there and then leave it the way it is. Pop it down. Now, if you're afraid it's going to move around, here, just set these in here like this on a plate. Doesn't matter what color plate, as long as it's backwards. And you can always kind of twist those, but this is how I do it when I build my stuff. There we go. And then we just set it on a flat surface and go to town. And it doesn't matter if they're perfect. You don't need them perfect. You know, when you hang up lights on your house, they're never going to stick straight down. You always got that one stray bulb that likes to flip up. Well, most of them are hanging down except for that one. It just sticks straight up. You're like, how? Okay, making sure I hit the record again. See, this one here is barely hanging on. Well, I guess they're sliding on the reeds. I've never had that happen before. So, if you can't get them right, then that's how you do it. Just about done, folks. This is the last bag. And you know what? I just thought of something too. I'm on my Patreon. I forgot what month it's going to be, and I hadn't even. I mean, I've been working on all these reviews, right? So June's tutorials are already planned out. They're already filmed. But guess what I forgot to do? A few of them I forgot to write up the instruction manuals and get the videos done. So I had to apologize. There's always that one person who just doesn't accept an apology. He was demanding for it to be done. I said, you did not hire me for a consignment job. If you don't like it, cancel your payment. And I mean, he didn't, but like, you're not hiring me for consignment. I'm like, dude, this is supposed to be a hobby. Alright. So now you want to take your gems and set them in there. So like that. And what I'm going to do is just, well, we got more purple in here, or the transparent magenta. So Just set those in. Those are pearl gold hollow studs. Let's hope those don't break apart. So, there we go. Just copying the picture here very slowly. If I see a color, I'm going to drop it in. So this bag here is going to take a long time, but at least it's not stickers or strings. Now, if you don't, this is too slow for you, feel free to fast forward. We have to do this. This has to be done. Or if you're dozing off, then you're okay. You're probably sleeping through this anyways. If you manage to stay awake, congratulations. Alright. Okay, now we can take these off. And they get strung up over here. Okay. How is that looped around? Or is it under? That's exactly what it is. So that is going to be a bit of a challenge there. Let's just pop that out. It'd be a lot easier. There's the lights. Alright, so I think now the last part of this set is just accessories. So let's get to it. I gotta build 2 of these vases too. I've done tutorials on these millions of times. You know, this is just a small potted plant. You could even shove one of these in here like this. There's your simple potted plant. You know, you don't even have to go fancy like I do. Okay, except if you want to get those out, then you're kind of screwed, because now I can't get that out of there. I gotta come in here and take a carrot top and pop that out. Alright. Enough messing around, Jay. We gotta get this done. I gotta get it done, reviewed, and open up the next one. Just so they can send me more. And then after this, it's yellow flowers. And they stick those stems in there. So I was close. Do those even go in? I like the old school Lego flowers a bit better, but well, this is all we have. It is what it is. Yeah, so when you're putting this together, just remember this goes right in the center down there, right in that little tube. So something like that. Got to make another one of those. We'll leave that upside down. Yeah, but I prefer to make my own stuff. It's kind of sad though, when I signed up I was hoping to get just an online community thing. So you hear all the online communities, they give them parts, right? I get sets. You're a YouTuber, you deserve to get sets for advertisement. I'm like, why? I want bricks, not sets. Which technically I'm getting, you know, like I've heard some guys say, well, you're lucky, you know, you get the sets, that's what we're after. I'm like, well, I want the parts. I want the bricks. Those I can always use. It doesn't matter what bricks they are. They're just, if they're basic bricks, I can use them. Okay, oh, I see what these are for. Okay. From what I'm gathering, these snap on these plants here. So you just have to feed that in. Like that. Also, you can make it easier, just leave these two in the back. That means that that would be right in the center. Snaps right in place. I'm just making it simple for you guys and gals here. It's not too bad for having hanging plants. Pretty cool. And we have a pail of water. And that just sits on this hook. Okay. Here we got ourselves a container. And we'll throw in the broom and the wrench. Oh, you know, it's hard when you're trying to go out to your car in the mornings to work on it, go anywhere or whatever, and you got those stupid blackbirds flying around here dive bombing you. And you have to go out there and chase them away. I mean, literally, they're going after the doves, they're going after the ducks. It's like, why? Is this some kind of cat thing? Container. I love these little container boxes. They're kind of cool. I need to get a few of these in different colors, these Technic balls. Yeah, this is pretty much accessories now at this point. So I'm assuming that we can just rearrange all the furniture in here if desired. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. So we got the little kitten here. Some people hate the Friends animals. I just think they're a little adorable, so I just stick with them here. That's if he wants to stand up or sit or something. And the 3 water studs that go in the sink. Surprised we didn't put those in first, Lego. Well, spill in aisle 1. Oh, okay. Let's put the pot in there. No, let's put the frying pan in there first. Lego, we have the handle sticking straight out. That's a safety hazard. Put it off to the side so the kids don't grab it and have all that spill on them. That will not be safe at all. Wait a minute, we're supposed to have that, right? We got to make this not for kids. Forgot, Kappa might be watching. Never mind, we'll put that back. Make that extra unsafe. I don't know what I was thinking there. And we have ourselves a fork and a spoon. And these are pearl silver. So you actually get silverware. Set those right inside the sink. Well, we're going to be washing that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That is very hard to get in there. See, everything's starting to fall apart. This is meant for little hands. This is not meant for adults. But today it is an adult build. See, I'm having a hard time. If that falls out, I'm not going to bother with it. And this goes back in here. This stuff is just sitting in there, by the way. Alright. Building ourselves some kind of a old school coffee table. With pastries. Cream pie, so you get that too. And ice cream scoop. It's almost like a little bakery in here. I think that's what this is, the organic bakery. Alright. We've got one more thing left to make. And then it'll be nighty-night for me. For those who don't know, it's actually, now it's, for here in the States, it's Memorial Day. And I get the day off. When 2/3 of your staff decide to take off, it's like, okay. They already told me beforehand, so it's not a big deal. This picnic table just doesn't look real enough to me. Should have made the top a bit bigger. Yeah, you get a couple of these little cereal bowls too. I need to order more of these. They're pretty cool. I wonder if these are stackable. Yeah, you can stack them up. They don't snap together, you just sit inside of one another. And we got more loose stuff in here. Fork and a spoon. And I will be ordering a few more of those. And we're eating stud soup, I guess, huh? Is that the specialty of the house? Just imagine those minifigures have got to poop out all them studs. Yep. I got it upside down. I don't think it really matters, but ooh. It shows that it goes here, but I don't see any way to connect this. Or it just sits there. Okay, we still got some stuff left to build. This time I'm not going with the instructions, I'm just throwing them on there just to say that it's done. So we're just basically using these fences as ladders. Even my eyes are starting to burn. Okay, I see what we're doing. Stick these here. Let's make sure these are flat. And then using this as a like an A-frame. And that is it. So the last bag, we have a bunch of extra little items and trinkets and stuff, like extra gems and tiles and an extra fork and spoon I need to get more of. I got an extra fried egg that's printed. Yeah, not too bad. And this is what we have left. That's a pretty good assortment. Now, so now we are done. Let's take a look here. Now, this is playable. Open up the barn doors, put your horse in there. So let's get a what's her name. She doesn't have a riding helmet, but she'll do, and just knocks her noggin right on the top of that there. She doesn't quite sit on the horse. So the horse does fit in here. So if you really wanted to. I can get her to fit in there. Huh. Is there even studs at the bottom of the horse? Maybe it just doesn't want to go in all the way. And you could just do that. Pretty cool. So this is playable. Can the figures climb the ladder? I'm sure that they know they can't. Their hands are facing the wrong way. So the ladder is actually just, it's just for looks. Tractor, obviously. Let's get old River and have him ride the tractor, since he looks suspicious. He's probably the guy that's the football star in high school, we don't know. Doesn't reach the steering wheel, but it is what it is. Ugh. Can't remember her name, but she can, I don't know, look at the sign, or she can sit at the table and eat her food. Yeah, so this is playable. This is not something that's supposed to be shelved like some of the sets I've been doing. This is completely playable. Does it have a lot of play value? You know, for me as an adult, I just build them just for relaxation, but I'm sure a young one would have fun playing with this. I mean, no, yeah, here you can go to, no, I don't know what his name is, Marcel or whatever, I don't know what his name is, but he can go take a nap. He's already injured himself. He doesn't need to have any more problems. And we got Mia. She can do something. I don't know. Here you can cook the eggs. You know. And this is a fully playable set. It's a shame that this doesn't continue on back here. And I'm sure if you bought two of these, you can probably, well, no, you can. I'd say you could mirror it, but no, you'd actually have to add a few more fillers. So you'd actually have to use your own collection to probably finish this up. Other than me being tired, though, it was a very relaxing build. Wasn't dry, it wasn't repetitious, it was very easy to construct. A few stickers, string. This one had a little bit of everything, so if I had to rate it, probably be a 7 for build experience. Playability, it's playable. This is probably about an 8 or a 9 for playability. Some of the stuff like this tree are pretty skimpy. That's pretty cool. But honestly, all in all, I think this would make a young builder happy. I think everybody, this manual should have been split it up instead of it being bound, or just download a copy. If you have a few daughters that you're building this with, have them each do a little bit of everything. It'll make the set building go by faster. So, well, maybe not. This part here was the main build, so you really couldn't do anything with this. The accessory stuff you could build, like the tractor and stuff, but this should have been more of a family build. This could have been modular in a way where these floors could come off. Like a person could build just this, another person can build this side, and somebody could build this. And this could have been really a good family project. But other than that, though, nonetheless, it is a nice little organic farm. It's bright and colorful, and yeah, even for you guys out there who are scared of these sets, there's a lot of inspiration. This could be expanded upon, finished up, and put into a Lego city.